We're muted,
Oh,
right?
yes, we
I
do.
guess I muted us.
Oh, yeah, we're streaming and everything.
Oh, yes. Sit up.
No.
Yeah, basically.
Hello, Warren. Can you hear us? Well,
Yes, you can.
oh, good. Oh, good. We hear you fine.
Good.
All right. So, calling the December planning board meeting to order. The first item up on the agenda is Touched by Heaven's Light Daycare. We just have to read the resolution that was amended and vote on it. We gave approval last month, but we made some changes, I guess, at that time when we approved it. So, Town of Pine Plains Planning Board resolution approving the application of Reverend Sarah Hakobian, doing business as Touched by Heaven's Light Daycare for site plan approval of a daycare center for school-age children at 15-19 Pilch Drive, Suite C, Unit 3, Pine Plains, New York. Whereas Reverend Sarah Hakobian, DBA Touched by Heaven's Light Daycare, has made application to the Town of Pine Plains Planning Board for approval of a daycare center for school-age children to be located at 15-19 Pilch Drive, Suite C, Unit 3, Pine Plains, New York, parcel number 1342000-6871-00-4679880-0000. And whereas the parcel is located within the town's Hamlet Main Street zoning district in which a daycare center is a use permitted pursuant to site plan and special use permit approval pursuant to the provisions of section 275-56 subsection S of the zoning code. And whereas a public hearing was scheduled on said application for October 11th, 2023, and whereas the applicant has submitted a site plan for the project last revised on November 3, 2023, meeting the application requirements of the code and the special requirements of daycare centers as set forth in the town code, except for the fact that the proposed fenced outdoor play area is proposed to be located within 40 feet rather than 50 feet as required by the code. Johnson.
Let's call that.
Well, they turned it off. At least down.
Why don't we just coincide with that will do stuff.
I see.
Sorry.
I go through 7 times on the Sunday.
Because, wait a minute, because it's, located within 40 feet rather than 50 feet. So it's 40 feet on the north, because it's not dealing with remember, it's both. This proposed fenced outdoor play area is proposed to be located within 10 feet rather than 50 feet as required by the code on the eastern boundaries of said property, and 40 feet rather than 50 feet of as required by the code
Of the
northern boundary. On yeah. Whereas the applicant has requested that the 50-foot requirement be waived pursuant to the provision of section 275-55 subsection G3 of the town code, and whereas one member of the public spoke at said public hearing, specifically Tom McElroy, who resides at 20-22 Myrtle Avenue, adjacent to the said property, and Mr. McElroy asked that the waiver of the 50-foot setback requirement be denied, and that certain screening be installed to shield his property from the play area. And whereas the public hearing was closed on that same date, and whereas the planning board has determined that this is in an unlisted action under SECR, which does not require coordinated review. And whereas the planning board has determined that the proposed facility will require the approval of the New York State Office of Children and Family Services before the facility may operate. Whereas the planning board has reviewed part 2 of the short form environmental assessment form and determined that the proposed daycare will not result in any significant environmental impacts which require the preparation of a draft environmental statement. Now therefore be it resolved that the planning board hereby approves the application of Reverend Sarah Hakobian for the conduct of the daycare facility at 15-19 Pilch Drive, Suite C, Unit 3, Pine Plains, New York, subject to the following conditions: that the facility be operated and maintained in accordance with the site plan submitted and approved by the planning board, that the waiver pursuant to section 275-55G3 of the 50-foot setback requirement is hereby waived to allow the 40-foot setback on the north property line and 10-foot setback on the east property line and 20-foot setback from the driveway. That the curb stop shown on the site plan be removed, and that before a certificate of occupancy is issued for the operation of the facility, the applicant provide proof that the facility has been approved by the Office of Children and Family Services of the state of New York, and that all application, escrow fees, and other charges imposed on this application by the planning board and town code be paid prior to signing of the site plan by the planning board chairman. All right. And so we're going to take a vote now. Can I have a motion to accept this resolution as read?
My motion?
Certainly.
All right, and a roll call vote. Al,
Aye.
Vicky,
Aye.
Steve?
Yes.
We're all here, right? One, two, three. Dick?
Aye.
Ethan?
Yes.
Kate?
Aye.
And I also vote aye. Let it be shown that it passed 7-0. December 13th, 2020. All right, so just make that one change. It's good to go. Reverend Sarah's not even here. Right? Okay. All right. That was easy. Next, we have the Birch Minor subdivision.
It's coming.
Thank you.
Out there, so it's that will be there. Sorry. It's important. That's what. That'll be. One of this.
George, were you able to look at the right sense?
Working with the little change. Figure out.
You have to.
Three lot subdivision. And we have a letter from the highway department. About the use of the existing driveways. That's significant. We wanna. Talk about it.
That's okay.
So this is where the health department, I mean, they're saying that they will approve the sites for the
Right. We've been working with them for several months.
Mhm.
Right, their engineers have been copying me on the correspondence back and forth with the department,
Okay.
but Dutchess County Health Department, I'm surprised they went this far, honestly. Usually they won't do anything if you don't show like a negative declaration or preliminary approval. They just say, run along and come back and have a real project. But if my memory is correct, we actually did seeker on the whole action when we did the lot line adjustment.
Correct.
And so right now we're involved with the technical review of these 3 lots. So to the extent that the highway department's okay with its driveways and that the health department's okay with the driveways. The technical is kind of done.
So both these driveways are already existing.
Right.
Right, and that's why they like
Yeah.
it. It's not increasing entrances onto the highway.
And you have driveway easements and maintenance agreements and all that business.
We have to.
You have to get those. This is just a well.
I don't think they'll still have to hold a public hearing.
Right, because we need to have everything in place.
And that might be enough for the health comes to move forward. Then, and we already did seeker, so seeker's done, there's been a negative lead.
Warren, do you agree with that sufficiency of our previous seeker review? And that we
Yes.
don't have,
Yeah,
and so do we have, so even without those agreements, we can set a public hearing now, and they'll just work on getting us those driveway maintenance agreements, we can set a public hearing?
yeah. What driveway maintenance agreements do we need at this point? Are there, is additional shared driveway or is this the original shared driveway?
Right, so each of the new lots share a driveway.
It actually was an agreement on the one.
Yeah.
Right, so what, one was part of the first lot
Right,
line that we did.
Right.
And then, but the other one is sharing a driveway now where the driveway crosses it over onto the adjoining parcels, land, and then joins that, and then what, together they cut into, the route, county route.
right. So we'll need a driveway maintenance agreement for that, for those lots.
And a copy of the one from the first.
I have that. It was
have
contained in
that,
the deed, yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else outstanding that's missing?
Updated plat would be nice.
What's, this is not, because why it's not,
Well, in other words, it's the engineering drawing, the technical review
right,
going on. We should have a standalone surveyor's drawing showing these 3 parcels.
Yeah.
okay.
Which,
I've spoken to him
Yeah.
about, he's working on that now.
So, but we'll need it in time for the public hearing.
Yes, we should have it in a week.
Okay. Is there anything, well, all right, so is there anything else, Warren, that we need to do, or just we'll set a public hearing now?
Yeah, as long as we have the map within a week.
right, because the engineer shows it, but you know what I'm being warned, the engineer can't sign the lot line drawing. The surveyor does, so they have their own sheet.
Okay. All right, so, the next meeting's,
Very good time.
all right, so can I have a motion to set a public hearing on January 10th at 7:30?
I'll make that motion.
All in favor? All opposed? All right. We'll get that drawing as soon as possible, please, because we want to, publish that so the public can look at it, and we'll put it here and on, the usual places on the web and on our folder. The drive. What's that?
What's the color?
Right. So 0.
And did they file a ag data statement? Because you're gonna need that to notify the,
We have the ag data statement, but it was we're mailing things now.
It's gonna be able to.
Warren, did you hear that? Trish is mailing to those addresses now with the hearing information. Is that
okay,
adequate?
great, okay.
Okay. Okay, all right, thank you, Mr. Birch. And, we good on escrow and everything? here?
Yes.
Okay. Stissing Storage is next up.
They're on. Did they add more light on the outside?
Yeah, that's a question I have.
Right.
I have a,
I never noticed there's.
Bridget, yes, hello.
Good
We did
evening.
get. Hello, well, I guess go ahead, you tell us, the changes or updates that
Yeah.
you want to give us, and then we'll have some questions.
Sure. Yeah, I did get photos of lighting finally. Sorry, I didn't get those out to you guys. Can I share my screen?
Yes,
Okay. It says it's disabled, but if you give me permission to
she's
drive.
working on it, hold on,
Okay,
now you can.
great. All right, I'm gonna show a couple things here. So, see if I can get the thumbnails here. Okay, so just to remind you guys what the project looks like, right? So here's what we're trying to do. We're putting two 32 amp dual port wall mounted chargers at the storage unit on the external wall here. And here's the new lighting. Oop. Okay, so here, so these are my two pictures, some in the day and then some at night. So this will show how it's illuminated at night. And obviously the chargers will be 4 parking spaces here with the 2 chargers mounted in between the new lights that were installed.
I don't think so.
It's like a car.
Can you see?
First your eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I can also show it during the daytime too, just so you can have better, it's kind of through like a dirty windshield, so it's not the best picture. Okay, so here's is better to so you can see it, what it looks like during the day. But he did install the 3 lights.
Yeah, we have some question about that. There were those. Do we have cut sheets for those lights or yeah, what are those lights that, because like that would be part of the plan, right? As opposed, yeah, I'm just a little worried because they seem a tad bright and they're not downcast as per our code. They're supposed to be shielded and facing down. And as you drive towards it, it's like blinding you in the eyes.
It looks like oncoming traffic. Headlights.
So
It
were
looks like
these?
so see, it looks like you're able to move them because these 2 are down, right? And this one's up. So sorry, I just thought you guys wanted him to install new lights. I didn't get any information about what the actual lights were.
No, we didn't want him to install it. We wanted to know if he was going to install lights.
Okay.
That we don't.
And we were concerned that the illumination of the actual screen of the charger was gonna be also too bright.
Yeah, so I have, if I can show this to you, so actually I'm gonna back up before I do that. This is a similar project. Sorry, we don't have anything close by to you guys that you could go see, but this is an example of another project that we did where it has the dual mount port or the dual mount port chargers wall mounted with a conduit running out. I have another example too. Hang on. Here's another one. Okay, so the screens are very small. They're not huge. And what's illuminated on them is a very small portion of the screen itself. And I'll show that to you here. They're the size of like an iPad. So what's the only piece that is illuminated is this part of the screen right here. And it's pixelated text stating charging, available or unavailable. There's no other lights or indicators regardless of the time of day. Okay. So there's not like a lot of lighting going on, which is why it is kind of important to have some lighting at the site itself, so you're able to see it if you were to pull in at night and wanted to utilize the chargers.
Right, but lighting is part of our site plan approval process. To go ahead and do them now. I worry if they can't be modified. They could be. They might have to be replaced because as of right now, they are not acceptable. Anyway, keep going on what you have.
Okay. So here's the lights again during the day from another angle. This is a 50-foot wall, so we have ample space to accommodate 4 spots. And then we'll obviously have the signage as well, which I can show you sign detail if you give me a minute here. so this is what our signs look like, and just as they were mounted on the walls at the other sites, we'll just have these, we have other ways that we can put them in with on a stand itself, but these will just be put right on the actual wall. So yeah, I think that's really it. Let me pull these back up here and see. The images of it. Okay, so I can communicate with Steve. I apologize. That must have been a miscommunication. I did email Drew a few weeks ago to say that he was installing the new lights, and I was going to send photos of them as soon as they were in. So I'm sorry. I thought that that's what he needed to do in order for you guys to have a look, but I'll get the cut sheets for you. I'll determine whether or not he can change the brightness of them.
And
then
also the color temperature we would like to see 3000 Kelvin or under.
We discussed all that.
We probably talked about it at the time. And if you look at our code, you'll see where it talks about, dark sky compliant, downward facing, shaded,
Shielded,
shielded.
fully shielded.
So yeah, so
Go back.
we'll have to, figure that out.
Nobody really uses that door.
No.
In other words, right? So if someone is charging, that's not gonna cause an issue for anybody.
It shouldn't
we-
cause an issue, and we have enough space, like there's 50 feet, and parking spaces are gonna be feet wide, so there'll be ample clearance on that side.
Yeah, we asked about that,
Okay.
and then if you look on the overhead, like where they have the chargers are gonna be, there's enough room, you think that unless a car, someone parked, weirdly, the door would still be able to be accessed.
Yeah, right now we have them coming in at an angle. Let me pull that up again.
And we talked about maybe you might want to put some striping there in front of the door.
Sure.
Yeah,
so they know.
right. I mean, do you have a preference if we did striping or bollards or both? Do you guys, I mean, I think doing this makes it easier so you can see if anybody's coming around the corner, but would you prefer striping?
I don't know. What do you think, George?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean bollards, I meant curb stops. Curb stops to indicate that you're supposed to kind of be pulling into the spot at an angle.
I mean, curb stops are fine for me.
Yeah, then no one will run into the building.
Yeah.
It's not really a high traffic area. I'm not.
Well, they did run into Stewart's, yes.
Right. It should be. I mean, I don't think there's a lot of. If there's not a lot of traffic, I know if it was a grocery store or something, we'd be really concerned about,
Right.
having conflicts with people coming through from other, but I don't
Right.
really think that's gonna.
Right. How many people go to the stores thing on a
Exactly.
daily basis?
Yeah, and does he think that he needs 4 stations? Why not?
Well, it's 2 each.
Yeah, why not just put one of them? How many people are gonna be using that at any given time?
The way
Yeah.
that the incentives work for the NYSERDA program, or I'm sorry, the Make Ready New York State program is you have to have 2.
Okay.
incentives. Yeah, 2 chargers.
Reason? There was a reason.
So it's a nice sort of.
I'm sorry, it's not NYSERDA. So there's 2 different programs run through New York State. There's the Make Ready program in NYSERDA, and this is actually a Make Ready program. And I don't I don't work on that side of the submissions, so I don't know the intricacies between both of those programs. But I do know that for the Make Ready, they ask that the chargers be available for like 24 hours a day, whereas with Make Ready, they only need to be available for 12. So I just want to communicate that to you in case there is an issue with overnight parking here or someone having a car there for extended period of time, and for you guys to just let me know where you stand with that, because they would like to see it that somebody could come by at any point during the day and charge their car if they needed to, if that happened to be somebody pulling off the highway in the middle of the night and seeing this on their, this is a available charging station.
Okay. Right, yeah, and wait till don't do anything else until you have the approvals, that's why we don't, and so you gotta indicate, these things that we're adding, the curb stops.
They
Okay.
have them on the,
Those are on the drawing?
yeah, that's that yellow.
Oh, that's what the yellow is, okay, I kind of took that as part of the car.
Yeah.
All right, and so do we have to do a public hearing now, Warren?
So they can put them in.
Oh, you're muted.
Yes, you'll need a public hearing.
All right, anything else we're looking for from the applicant?
They see a short form.
Do we have the short form? Yeah.
Tricia, do we have a short form?
I don't think so. What is
Do you know if you did an EAF, Bridget?
I don't know if I did an EAF for this project. I've definitely done them, but I can't remember if I've done them for you guys. Let me, I can look at my
So
notes.
we need a short form regardless, if you have it, then, we have it,
Okay.
otherwise, please do one.
So am I emailing that into somebody then for them to review, or do I, like, how does that work?
Email it to Tricia and she'll circulate it.
Okay,
You have her email, yes?
yes. And then I'll send over all the information about the lighting. And
Yeah.
does this mean we have to come back next month for the public
Mhm.
hearing?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, and then after that, it's the next stages. Is that like, next stages are
And
applying
we
for
will
the,
synthesize the information we received from the public, as well as the information about the lights, et cetera, and then the board will make some sort of decision at that point, whether to.
Those lights on.
Yeah, before the meeting.
paint the lights.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, yeah, we should probably have them off till approval is given, and then
Okay.
we get that corrected.
I'll call Steve now and let him know. Okay, so we'll get the lighting information to you. So we're good with curb stops instead of any striping, and I'll get the short form to Tricia, and we'll be back next month.
Okay, well, we're gonna do that right now, just before we let you go. Can I have a motion to set a public hearing for January 10th at 7:45?
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, public hearing set.
Trish, you're gonna need to do a 239M referral to Dutchess County Planning.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Signs permitted use.
Drew's determination. What's on my phone? I left it in the car. Whoops. Drew's determination was the accessory use. So, yeah.
Warren, okay with that?
Yeah, Warren, you're okay with Drew's determination on the accessory use, correct?
Well, I guess so.
All right. Okay, so now till next month. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
Good night.
Okay, next up is the Augustine lot line adjustment.
No. Why keep she coughing?
Well,
I come here to stop that cinch.
all right.
Okay, we're starting with 5 acres. And we're adding. We're starting with 5.19 acres here, existing house and lot. We're adding 12.52 to make a 17.71 acre lot. It's this piece is getting a little bigger the 95 acres is getting a little smaller. That's all it is. It goes to Prospect Hill Road,
Let's.
one, a little bigger and a little smaller.
This is where the red brick barn thing is. This is where the substation is.
Okay.
Okay,
Just great.
so this is Kathleen's driveway. There's like a house here and then there's a house
Down on 199.
farther.
No, up on like a hill, right?
Yeah,
Had jury duty last week.
So where's the 95 acres?
so this whole parcel
It
is,
did the next time.
Is where it's coming from.
right. So she has her, it was like her father's house, I think, was this.
Yes, it was the father's house. He died.
She is selling this part. Am I right? I think
Okay,
I'm gonna stay there.
I see.
Well, the main house is on a separate parcel.
It's on its own parcel, yeah, the 5.19 acres.
Sorry. I
Well, the
have
main house
Kathleen's
is-
house.
The main house is on that 90,
No,
Remaining lines.
it's the remaining one, right?
it's a separate parcel.
She has 3 parcels?
Uh-huh. That's a flag lot.
Oh, her house. Yeah.
Great. So I always remember that having access to 199. Sorry.
Oh, look at that.
I didn't realize that.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
what I said was totally. Okay. Okay, kind of, halfway wrong.
So it's a lot that doesn't have, I don't think that really affects things. Huh?
No. Seems pretty.
Back then, things were simple. You just had that 50 feet of road frontage. You didn't have to be able to drive over that 50 feet. So we made a 50-foot lot and they own the 100 acres. So they
Yeah.
drive through the 100 to get to it.
Not really. Oh, there's one. I don't know, Arn, it seems pretty simple to us. Do you have anything to add on this? He's muted, but he's not talking in there. He's looking. Can you hear us, Warren?
I can
You're-
hear you. I don't have a map of this. Can you post a map so I can just take a look?
A month ago, I dropped it off.
Oh,
Oh.
we didn't get a digital copy of this?
Yeah, I just wanna,
Until we said.
Paper copies, doesn't say digital.
can you put one on the screen so I can just take a quick look?
We don't have one either, apparently.
Oh, you don't? Well, it'd be a good idea to have a map. Well, I can't see that. So were you saying that access to, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Warren, you were saying.
So access to one of the lots is through an easement over one of the lots, is that?
No.
No,
No,
No, well,
nothing to do with it. The other lot had nothing to do with
Right.
it.
So really, we're just taking what, like 12 acres off of 95?
Yes.
And
Yeah,
adding
so
it
you're
to a
not
five-
changing the driveway or anything like that?
No.
no,
Okay,
No driveway, no well, no septic, no building site,
yeah, okay,
12
I'm
acres
for-
off of 90.
I'm fine with it.
No back there.
no holes, no bags. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, we don't worry about bats, bunnies, nothing.
We're good.
Just send me a digital copy of the map when I have to draw a resolution, so,
okay, so so we can waive the public hearing?
yeah.
No public hearing.
Yeah, yeah. Can I have a motion to waive the public hearing?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Public hearing is waived. So yeah, we'll have you work up a resolution and we'll vote on it next month.
Yeah, if you get me the map, and it's not subject to seeker, it's a type 2 action, so.
And yeah, it's just a lot line, yes.
So,
I guess we're gonna have to add that to the code. We need a digital copy of the map in addition to the paper copy. So we don't,
you want,
yeah, we work, yeah. No, we have to be able to send it to the consultants, and did you get a copy of this, or do you know want it? You don't want it?
Bring it home. Put it on the wall.
It's pretty straightforward, yeah. I won't be generating comment or anything.
I didn't know that. I could send a picture of it. Doesn't say that in the ordinance.
It doesn't, no, we need to move into the 20%. Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you, Linda.
So he's back again.
All
He's
right.
doing well.
Oh, he's doing hills up.
Running over hat.
Next outline adjustment.
All right, then,
Again?
the next lot line adjustment, hills.
I don't come up here with things that are complicated.
Mm.
Point your life, right? No. I've been through this, been doing this too long. Mr. and Mrs. Hill own 2 lots behind the school. They each have a house on it. They have a blacktop driveway on the house they live in. Well, after it got surveyed, we found out the blacktop driveway is on part of their other lot. So we want to take 1,470 square feet and add it to their house lot, which will leave us, that'll give the house lot 23,000 square feet. And their other house will have 20,000 square feet. 20,121.
All right, so just to keep things straight, let's refer to it as like 63 and 64.
Yes,
So you're taking it from, which one?
taking it from
64.
64
I'm gonna,
and adding it to 63, right?
that's this one.
Yeah, so this,
Yeah.
so this line is gonna go to here.
Yes, and you'll see the blacktop driveways then on their
And they own, and the ownership is
they
the
own
same.
both. Both 63 and 64.
64 is a rental, right?
No minimum area requirement issue.
So say, are we rating substandard on it?
No, we're at 20,000 square feet is the HR zoning.
And the setbacks are all fine? 25 feet?
Yeah, we gotta be, what is it, 20 feet?
I don't know. Eddie, do you know,
Yeah.
do you have the,
Yeah,
Bulk
HR, that's
regulation?
it, HR zone.
Oh, yeah.
Setback is 20 feet.
I think it's 25. So we're good. Yep. So.
I'll just check that to make sure. I don't know. Warren, you don't have this one either then?
No,
It's just, yeah, but it's only, I mean, a blacktop driveway here that was,
Right. Right.
Right, so,
I mean, it's not,
Just wants to make sure that it
I
doesn't.
mean, it's not a,
right,
you know.
If it's 20 feet. It's in parcels. Right.
Right.
now,
No, that's something, no areas,
Problem.
no issue.
so can I have a resolution? I mean, yeah, not a resolution, a, motion to, waive the public hearing?
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, so we'll get this to Warren, we'll get up a resolution and, yeah, right, no one has any problem with this, right? So we'll work on it for next month, okay, Warren?
yeah,
Switch. All right. Come back for the Mylar next month.
Yeah, if you can get us the digital copy of both of those, too.
Yeah,
He just said 20 feet.
It is, what, it's what?
20.
20 feet, and it's 25, so we're good. Thank you.
that's the expensive one is the Mylar.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know, change. Watch, and then it's a Mylar, 30 bucks.
This is from your. Thanks.
So, well, we're gonna do the minutes.
That's it for me, right?
Yes, it for you. we're gonna,
It's the end of live TV. Yeah, go home now.
hey, what's that? What's that?
Jones.
Yeah, oh, yes, it's, thank you for reminding. Right. So, let's do the minutes first. Did everyone get a chance to review the minutes for the November meeting? Does anyone have any changes or problems? So, can I have a motion to accept the November minutes? The November regular meeting minutes?
A motion? Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right. Did everyone get a chance to look at the November special meeting minutes? Is there any changes to that? Submitted. Can I have a motion to accept those minutes?
Motion. Second. Aye. Aye.
All right, all in favor? Okay. All opposed? They are accepted. Eddie, do you have anything further any information on? Okay. I want to thank Sarah. This is her last meeting as our liaison. Thank you very much. All the work you did on the board and also as our liaison when you were in the town board.
You move up, somebody's there.
Yes, Janine and Kevin are here. Thank you. You guys have been coming. Thanks for coming and being involved. We look forward to working with you guys when you're on the town board. We have one thing though is not on the agenda. We're gonna have an attorney-client meeting with Warren. So so we're not gonna do any business, right? So we can adjourn this meeting and then just have the attorney-client meeting. Is that correct, Warren?
Yes, that's correct.
Let me just think if anyone else, again, if anyone, including me, have to do the sexual harassment training, anyone didn't do their training, last chance, do the training. It's the end of the year, it's coming in 2 weeks somehow. All right, with that, can I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
A motion? Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Meeting adjourned.